What's up, Rasmanites? It is time for the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 4-disc Best Buy exclusive edition Blu-ray review. Today, on the Razman's Reality. Now keep in mind, folks, that this is just a Blu-ray review. I'm not going to be talking about the film here because I reviewed the film as soon as I saw it in the cinema. So for that review, simply go down and look at the video responses because I'll tie them up and make this one a video response to that if you missed it. So, first thing we got to talk about, of course, picture quality. And the picture quality for this one gets an absolute 5 out of 5, despite what you might be reading online. And this is very, very important because a lot of people have been saying that this is a bad transfer, and nothing could be further from the truth. Because what people are complaining about is graininess. Well, it was filmed on film, so it's supposed to be grainy. And the second thing that people are saying is that the film is too dark. Well, there's a little thing, ladies and gentlemen, called cinematography. And for those of you not in the know, what that means is the way a film is intended to look. And this film was intended to be a very, very dark film, because it is the darkest story in the entire series, which makes sense because it's the last book that is. So this part 1 reflects exactly the story that it's representing in picture quality. So you cannot judge darkness on this disc. The black levels are fine. The grainness is just exactly where it should be. It's a 5 out of 5 transfer. Audio quality, another 5 out of 5. Even on my television, which I don't have a true surround sound system as of yet, just the 2-channel TV speakers that come on any 1080p HD TV. Even on that setup, right from the word go, you could hear very loud bass when the wind starts coming in over the slow title sequence and the drawn out score in the beginning. So when you get it on the very first shot, you know that you're in for a good audio ride. So audio gets a 5 out of 5. Hi, sorry about that very jarring image shift right there. It's actually the next day, and what happened is I usually try to film at night to avoid background noise as much as possible, but last night my sister actually came over wanting to watch Deathly Hallows Part 1, so I wasn't able to actually finish filming the review. And another thing you'll notice is I got a brand new shelf, a twin, to go with the shelf behind me, so when I get new stuff I have a shelf to put new stuff on. Yay! But anyway, continuing on with the review, and I do apologize if we do end up hearing any background noise. I'm trying to be quick before anyone leaves. But picture quality 5 out of 5, audio quality 5 out of 5. Now we move on to special features. The first special feature is featured right on disc 1, and it's Warner Brothers Maximum Movie Mode. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with Warner Brothers releases, this is taking the place of audio commentary for them. Instead, they do picture-in-picture commentary. And this one is the best that I own of any Warner Blu-ray in my collection. Very, very informative, and even features snippets from the Deathly Hallows book, where appropriate, read by Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy. So I can't recommend that one enough. If you get this, make sure that the first thing you do after seeing the film for the first time or again is to sit and play maximum movie mode, because it's great. On disc 2, which is the special features disc on any edition that is a DVD Blu-ray combo pack edition, and not just the single disc edition, you have the following: a few deleted scenes, but there's not very many, which is a good sign because, as I said in my original film review, which again you can check out via video response to this review if you didn't see it, the fact that there are so little deleted scenes proves the point that I made in the original review, which is that this film follows the book as closely as any film in the history of the Harry Potter film franchise, which is great. But of the deleted scenes that you see, all of them are great and entertaining to watch, but none of them really felt like they should have been left in the film, save one, which is the infamous Harry Dudley scene that I alluded to in my original review. That scene is on the deleted scenes for Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's not finished because there is green screen footage, but the entire thing is there. So if you can ignore the big old green screen, it is a very, very cool thing for true fans of the book. Moving on, the next thing we have is, of course, the opening scene from the final film, which is great and is exactly what it should be from where the first film left off. I'm not going to give it away, but it definitely gets you hyped up for the second part, which hits theaters July 15th. Next up we have a few featurettes, the first of which is called On the Green with Rupert, Tom, Oliver, and James. And what that is Rupert Grint, who plays Ron, took Tom Felton, who plays Draco, and James and Oliver Phelps, who play the Weasley twins, out for a golf outing, and that was their last hangout before Harry Potter ended. As for those of you who don't know, they filmed both parts of Deathly Hallows simultaneously. So that was a nice, entertaining featurette, and it showed their bonds of friendship, and they reminisced a little bit about Harry Potter. Actually, I kind of misspoke a bit. That's the second featurette that you see. The first featurette that you see is called The Seven Harrys, which, as one would expect, is about the scene where all of the 7 Potter protectors, or 6 Potter protectors rather, along with Harry himself, take the Polyjuice Potion and become Harry. That was a great iconic scene from the book, and it was great in the film, and this featurette of course shows off how they pulled it off. The next featurette that you see is one called Dan, Rupert, and Emma's Running Competition. And what this one talks about is a scene from the film where the trio is getting chased by snatchers actually developed for them into a bit of a running competition to see who could go the fastest. So it's just a featurette that is meant for laughs and provides exactly that. And it was really funny to watch. And the final featurette is a promotional one for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which actually took place at the opening of the theme park and featured the cast and crew along with J.K. Rowling. I really wish I could have been there for that. I really, really want to get to that park someday before I die. It is an absolutely amazing thing, and that featurette was amazing to watch. Just the scale of that park is unbelievable. Now we move forward on to the Best Buy exclusive bonus disc, which features 2 featurettes that you do not get in the regular edition. The first of which is an English TV special called Behind the Magic. This is the exact same special that we saw released in the US Blu-ray release of Half-Blood Prince, hosted by the same guy. Apparently, he's done these for all the films, although here in America, all we've ever seen is 2. And in this one, for Deathly Hallows Part 1, it covers a lot of what is covered in Maximum Movie Mode, in both in the commentary itself and the focus points that are sprinkled throughout it, but it is still very informative and entertaining, and in certain spots gives you more detail than Maximum Movie Mode, so it's definitely worth a watch. The second featurette is called Harry Potter on the Road, which, as the title would suggest, covers all the on-location filming for Deathly Hallows Part 1, and again is a repeat of things that you saw in Maximum Movie Mode, but it is entertaining on its own merit. Now it's time for the final score. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, the 4-disc Best Buy exclusive edition, for me gets a 4.5 out of 5. The reason that I take a half point off is simply because this is not the Ultimate Edition, and you know there's a lot more that you haven't seen. And the fact that the Best Buy bonus features, while they really, really add to the release and actually took it up a whole half a point beyond a 4.0, are only entertaining and informative and don't really give you any new information, which is what I was hoping for. Still, considering the fact that this is a normal release and not the Ultimate Edition, you cannot beat this. And it is my second favorite Harry Potter release as far as special features. The first of which would be Half-Blood Prince, simply because of the documentary called A Day in the Life of J.K. Rowling, which is all about the writing and the year in 2007 that J.K. Rowling spent upon the release of the Deathly Hallows book. I don't know why they put that on Half-Blood Prince instead of Deathly Hallows Part 1. I guess they were deathly afraid of spoilers, but they could have used the same spoiler warning that they used when they put it on Half-Blood Prince. Surprise! I wanted to end this episode with a shot of the happy accident that happened for me. The thickness of the Deathly Hallows Part 1 set prevented it from being placed in the bracket on the wall where all the other Harry Potter Blu-rays were. And you know me, the one thing I am absolute perfectionist about is making sure that my sets of films all go together. So I had to move the Harry Potter films over to the same shelf where Back to the Future, Pirates of the Caribbean, Blade Runner, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind were, and then add 7 and The Fighter as bookends to hold them all up. And I really like the way this shelf ended up looking. It's very, very nice. Bookshelves are actually better than brackets for Blu-ray and DVDs as far as I'm concerned. It's just not always easy to get them to stand up straight, but this one turned out really nice. And also you can see just out of the corner of this shot the second shelf that I was alluding to that is now sitting there ready to be filled up. I hope you all enjoyed this review of the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 Best Buy exclusive 4-disc Blu-ray. This is reality according to the Razman. And Razman style, it's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.